Costa Rica is what made me sure in the fact that like this is what I want to do because I wasn't sure. My name is Zy McWilliams. I attend Xavier University of Louisiana, and my major is neuroscience pre-med with a concentration in biology and chemistry. I had already been to Costa Rica once before, back in 2018 with my grandparents for vacation. I just really enjoyed the energy and the atmosphere that I experienced while I was there. When I presented it to my mother, because I'm in a single parent, I have been raised by my mother and my grandfather exclusively. I was nervous because I knew that financially it wasn't equitable, it wasn't adaptable, and it was something that I really wanted to do. I'm a firm believer in closed mouths don't get fed, and I have a big mouth, and so I used it. I was on Instagram, I was on Twitter, I was on Snapchat, I was on LinkedIn, and so I was just so blessed and so grateful that I had a large enough community that I was able to do that, and then blessed that like my parents were not closed off and shut off, and I think that's another obstacle that we face is that the parents are like, no, we can't do this, instead of like how my parents were like, okay, let's brainstorm, let's do fundraisers, let's get the word out. I did a GoFundMe, I won the scholarship here, I worked, my mom actually picked up a second job, and so thankfully and like by the grace of God, I was able to go. I am well aware of the mental health hurdle, and that was a fear of mine when I got there. And I will say, I'm going to be completely honest, I was there for a month, but I really didn't have any mental health issues because I was doing so much that it really didn't give me time to be like, oh, I miss home, or oh, I'm doing this, because I was doing something, and I was doing what I loved, and I was doing what my passion was. And so that negative self-talk, that self-deprecating, that those things that are associated with depression and anxiety and imposter syndrome were not there. I was ignoring them because I was focused. I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm so in love with what I'm doing. That doesn't even faze me anymore. You have no power here. 2 of the weekends out of the 4 that we were there, they took us on excursions. So the first one we went to was the Manuel Antonio National Park. And the second excursion that we did, we actually went to a farm that they had. And so they took us around the different types of crops that they were growing. And of course, like tried the coffee. We made chocolate from like an actual cacao bean, like took it off the tree and they grinded it, and then we made it, and then we ate it, which was amazing. And then the last 2 weekends, me and my friend actually went to what's essentially called the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. It's called Limon. And all you heard was like the back of the forest and waves. That's it. So Perry and I, we get our stuff, look at each other, grab hands, and we run into the water. Just run. And we're playing in the water, we're swimming, we're seeing life, and then I get out, and so they had this like huge piece of like driftwood that was sitting there, and so like I put my back up against it and I sit and I meditate, and I just prayed, and I was just like, thank you for this, thank you to everyone who helped, and thank God, because I mean without it I wouldn't have been able to. And all I heard was myself and those waves, and it was just a serene experience. And that moment, that particular moment right there, was when I realized that I wanted to do my master's, and I wanted to continue, and I wanted to keep going. This is what I want to do, because I wasn't sure. And going there and seeing them and experience and just being with myself, being present in what I was doing, what I was learning, and what I was seeing, it just made me realize that like, this is what I want to do, not that. And that's okay. And I should be okay with that.